Testing. 3. No, we could catch. It doesn't really work because my.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We are here at the location of Hillcrest High School. We've got a huge EAFL matchup about to come up between the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams. We've got the Cherokee County Bruins getting ready to take on the Alabama Commandos. These two teams are quite familiar with one another as they've already faced each other once this season, but that doesn't mean anything. What it does mean is potential playoff seeding, as the Bruins are currently undefeated, and right now the Commandos are sitting only 1 game back. Coach Pierce, how do you feel about today's contest?
I'm Coach Searles.
Coach Searles, I got you.
Really today, man, it's just going to be about who makes the right plays, makes the least amount of mistakes today. The Cherokee County Bruins are a fundamentally sound team, so we got to play our best game today to make it a good game.
All right, Coach Anderson, you said you're feeling really confident about your team. Everybody has bought into the program. How are you feeling about today's contest? You guys have had some big wins throughout the season.
Yeah, we have, and I think it's a testament to both sides. I mean, this has kind of turned into a bit of a rivalry between both teams, and, honestly, it's a good opportunity for both sides, and it's kind of like who's going to rise to the challenge, who's going to, come to the top. They run a great team, great program. We do as well, and so I think it's going to be a great game, and everybody's going to be impressed with the competition, and best man wins.
Well, folks, you heard it here first. I'm going to let these guys go because they got to get ready. Good luck. Good luck. All right, fans, now some real quick information. When you look at the stats of both of these teams, it is about as even as a matchup as you can get. Ranked number 1, the Cherokee County Bruins, opponent's record 25-31 overall, 36.75 points per game scored while only allowing 13. They have had a margin of victory of 31.75 points. Rounded up, call it 32. That is a lot. As far as the Commandos go, opponent's record 22-34, 12.62 points per game on average. They have had some very, very tight contests, including 5.75 points allowed per game. Kind of attesting to those tight contests. Now, they have had 3 forfeits this season, and this is the first time they are hitting the field against an opponent in 2 weeks. They have had subsequent forfeits back-to-back. How will that affect them? The Commandos also dealing with the injury bug. A big one is number 8, and that's Campbell. He is not going to be playing today as he has a torn Achilles. So we're going to see what happens as this game goes on. We're expecting a lively one, and they do have another contest after this one that still could affect the seeding depending on how the season goes, but I expect both of those games to be a win for both of these teams based on their performance. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We'll be right back.
3. Let's get started. Real good. To get a hold of yourself. Ain't nobody stopping me.
Coming to you live from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The thunderstorms have cleared out. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media, and the captains have taken the field. For the Alabama Commandos, your captains are number 8, Patrick Campbell, number 11, Charlie Powell, number 18, T. Smith, number 33, Noah Hill, and number 59, Caleb McDaniel. Now, for the Cherokee County Bruins, you have Marquise Brown, number 2, Austin Butler, number 3, David Moore Jr., number 5, and number 69, Warren Thompson. Also for the Commandos, I just noticed him out there, and I don't know how I missed number 91, and that is Darius Page. Hard to miss a body like that. And as the coach has said, this is a critical contest, not only for seeding, but the fact of the matter is this: both of these teams, it would appear, are evenly matched. And as Coach Anderson said, that's kind of a rivalry that's developed between both of them. And as I noted, Coach Pierce has not arrived yet, but they're getting underway. So. But, they have a great group of coaches on the Commando side, and they all know how to run that ship. So there's no issue from that standpoint. Nonetheless, when you look at these games, now the Commandos fell to the Bruins 38-6 in the second game of the season. And you can bet that the Commandos absolutely remember that. But as was said down on the field, that doesn't really mean a whole lot because a lot of football has been played since that time. Now, one of the things that needs to be considered is the fact that, the Commandos have not had any opposing action outside of themselves at practice over the last 2 weeks. And that can be critical because, when you have a practice mindset and you kind of, another team forfeits or you're unable to play or a game gets canceled, you go for quite a stretch and you get a little bit rusty in trying to, I guess, get it together, if you will, and ready for the opposition. And now the other thing, too, is when you have the injury bug, and that's one of the things the Commandos have, you get a chance to get some guys fresh. And so you have differing situations there. Campbell, number 8, and that's Patrick Campbell, has a torn Achilles. And that's a season ender right there. And, when you lose a key defensive lineman like that, it can affect your run defense. But the Commandos, their motto is next man up. So we will see how that goes. Now we're getting ready for the kickoff. And, Commandos, like I said, pardon me, we're getting ready for the kickoff. And the Commandos will be kicking off to the Bruins. So we're going to see what happens in just a few as they're getting these sticks out onto the field. And the officials out there, they have a full complement, all 5. And these are 2 well-disciplined teams as well. They don't make a lot of mistakes. As always, conditioning is the key. And I would have to give the edge to the Bruins on this because they've actually, they've either taken it to the road or played at home without interruption. So number 84, Amonzo Hutton for the Commandos, getting ready to do the dirty work, if you will. Back deep, number 4, Karan Scott Jr. For the Bruins, that's going to take a hop. And number 36 trying to get a handle on it, does not. Eventually, and that is number 14. I understand corrected there. That is Toombs getting on that. Isaiah Toombs. He's listed as an athlete for the Bruins. Now, the Bruins have put up a lot of points this season. And let me give you a quick rundown since the start as they get set for the first play of the contest. They defeated the Georgia Jaguars 54-0. had a bit of a fight on their hands against the Georgia Cobras, won that one 7-6, defeated the Commandos who are playing today 38-6, had themselves a fight on their hands against the Macon Rampage 17-14, and they beat the Georgia Gorillas 38-8. And their next one was 42-0, 36-0, and 62-6 subsequently. So they have been getting it done points-wise. So they're in shotgun formation, single man in the backfield. Number 5 goes into motion, hands it off to number 34. He tries to get around to his right. Not going to get far before he's brought down by number 4, Tevin Armstrong, senior, the defensive back. Carrying the load, number 34, Trey Matthews for the Bruins. And he's going to gain right about 4 yards on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Bruins. They've got 3 wide. Moore goes into motion again. A low snap, and they have to get on it real quick. Matt Graham makes something out of nothing. And, those low snaps, it's great when you can scoop them up, but, you also give the defense a shot at getting a loss on the play. The Bruins avoid that, and now they're in a 3rd and 3. The Bruins, being the road team, coming all the way to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That ball is spotted at the 28-yard line. They're going to be 3 wide. And there's movement up front. And that is offsides against the Commandos. So a free first down, if you will. As that ball will go to the 33 as a result of the penalty. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cherokee County. And Cherokee County's offensive line is not the biggest, but they are quick and athletic. And more often than not, that can be an asset. 34 takes it out to his left, takes a hop to get across the 35-yard line. Matthews carrying the ball. He's going to be met by several Commandos defenders. And the ball is spotted at the 36. So 3-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. The Commandos have a swarming defense. That's about the best way I can describe it. Gang tackling is a specialty. And they're showing blitz. There's number 42 right there in the middle. And the quick release. And that one's going to fall incomplete. It's blown dead. It is not a lateral. So that'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Bruins. Number 42, Curtis Simmons, able to bring some pressure. And Graham has to get rid of it quick. So they're going to go 4 wide. Moore stays in the backfield. Graham looks, and that is picked off. Number 42, who was bringing the pressure previously, is going to have the pick. That is Curtis Simmons. Let's go to the replay on that. So Graham looking to get rid of it quickly, throws it low, and it appeared there was a flag on the play. Nonetheless, Simmons gets it. So we'll see what the call is. The Commandos do have the ball. And it's a false start. And that penalty is going to be declined. So it's 1st and 10, ball at the 33-yard line. Short field for the Commandos. And number 33 is going to be met by Big 96. Number 33 carrying the load. That is Noah Hill, the big back for the Commandos. Number 96, Ramon DeVaison, brings him down. A loss of a couple of yards on that play. It'll be 2nd and 12. The ball is at the 36-yard line. Nice as yep, it's right at the 36. You almost want to call it 2nd and 12 and a half. And the officials are getting a check in. Okay, there's the whistle. So you've got 2 receivers to the right, single man in the backfield, shotgun formation. And they give the ball to Big 33 once again. Hamilton, number 36, brings down Noah Hill. And number 36, Sean Hamilton, the defensive back for the Cherokee County Bruins, is known to make life a little bit tough for opposing quarterbacks looking for an open receiver. We'll see how he does today. 16 and 11 out to the left. Number 9 out to the right for the Commandos. Edwards looks for an open man, puts it up. Number 14 has it. Moore with the catch. He's going to be brought down by number 11, Terry Williams. In the neighborhood as well, number 49, Bellegarde. Kay Turner with the grab for the Commandos. Pardon me, Eric Moore with the grab for the Commandos. Moore back out to the left once again. This time Edwards gets behind Hill. And Hill loses footing. And it looks like that's going to be, let's see, they're arguing a spot. And it's going to be 4th down. So a crucial 4th and 1 right here, as the official adjusts the down and distance marker. So that ball is right at the 25. Commandos, if you're watching, are on the left. The Bruins in the white to the right. Fans, make sure you hit that like button. Tell your family and friends to check us out on all the social medias. That's YouTube, Facebook. You'll probably find a link to us on X. Great EAFL action. And wait a minute. They've made some corrections here. So it is short, and the ball will be turned over on downs. Well, there's a sequence of events. So it's 1st and 10 at the 24. So after the turnover, the Bruins managed to avoid a potential disaster. And number 42 right there, Curtis Simmons, stuffs that run. Nowhere for Matthews to go. So the ball effectively goes back to the line of scrimmage with no gain on the play. That'll bring up second down. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share. Graham tosses it out to his right. Number 14 gets a hold of it. That's Isaiah Toombs. Oliver tries to strip it, but nothing happening there. And that's going to be a solid gain of 7 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 3. Ball is at the 31-yard line. And fans, we thank you for being with us. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media, on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. A lot of rain earlier that has moved along and out of the way. And here comes Matthews, and he's going to have enough for a first down before he is run out of bounds right around the 39-yard line. Number 4, Tevin Armstrong Sr., finally helping to drag him out. And I'm looking at that big defensive line for the Commandos. And they've got enough guys to rotate and keep them fresh. Bruins not afraid to take their time and matriculate down the field. There's the give to number 34 once again as he starts to accelerate. Matthews is going to be brought down by Simmons once again. And they're going to put that ball at the 43-yard line. A gain of 5 yards on the play. Brings up second down. And, you know, talking with the coaches, I had a chance to chat with some of the players, and you know, they're real excited. Both of these teams know they're going to the playoffs. So this one is, you know, potentially for bragging rights, and who would be that regular season division champ, if you will. And there's some movement up front. So it's a free play. And Graham is just going to slide on down. So it's offsides against the Commandos. So that should net a first down. When that ball is spotted, it should go to the 48. And the official takes the stroll right to the 48-yard line and sets the ball. So the down and distance marker will be reset and flipped to 1. Thus far, the Commandos have been able to keep things nice and slow, if you will, for a Bruins offense that can put up some points. Matthews goes right up, and he might have gotten to the 50. And that's where they're going to spot him. So a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 50. We're glad you're here with us. Moxie Media and EAFL bringing you great football action on a lovely Saturday afternoon. Temps right around, let's say, the high 60s, so it doesn't get any better than this. Slight breeze. So they're set 4 wide. Graham has time, puts up a rainbow. And there's a flag. Let's go to the replay. Number 26 in coverage. DJ Heath defending the pass. And watch this here. He's going to get the legs from under him and had a hand on him. And Kaheem Tucker was the intended receiver, so that'll be a first down as the ball goes to the 35-yard line. And those are the kind of penalties you don't want to see. But he did have a hand on him. So number 7, T.J. McCoy in the backfield now. They're going to go 4 wide. McCoy back there for extra blocking. And that pass is going to fall incomplete. And number 88, Jazz Washington says, hey, that's on me. So that'll bring up second down. Washington, the intended receiver on that play. And then watching the Bruins warm up, you could tell the energy is high on that team. So this time they're going to go 3 wide. Strength of the formation is to the left. Number 5 in motion. The give is to McCoy. McCoy tries to turn upfield, but he has nowhere to go. He'll get maybe to the 34-yard line. Yep, so it is a gain of a yard before a sea of green shuts him down. So it's 3rd and 9. Now, one of the things that this may come down to is special teams play. So we will see how all of that shakes out as this game wears on. About 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless, and this game has gone about what I expected it to between 2 tough teams. Graham puts it up, has the open man, and number 5, wow, David Moore Jr. drops that pass, and Graham puts it right in the palm of his hands. And that was a sure enough a fresh set of downs. And thus far, the Bruins, although the Commandos have some tough defense, the Bruins have had a couple of situations that it didn't go as they wanted it to. And the Commandos are going to take a timeout, and so will we, and we'll be right back.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.
All right, we are back. And they are going to try a very long kick. I said special teams, so here we go. And that one's got a lot of leg and is no good. Number 57, Steven Zarita, had the distance, but it is going to go wide left. And keep that in mind, where he was kicking that thing from. Keep that in mind. Because when you add it all up, that was about a 46, 47-yard attempt from the point of the kick. So that's going to tell you something about the Bruins, and the Commandos have to be very much aware of as far as managing control of the field and not allowing them to get in range of that leg. With that being said, the ball is turned over, and it is spotted at the 34-yard line. Snaps a bit high. Edwards steps up, and he has to get out of there and takes off to his right, and he's going to get caught by number 29, and that's Bailey, Caleb Bailey, making sure that Mr. Edwards, Tajavian Edwards, if you will, does not get away. Nonetheless, he does get a gain of 7 yards on the play, so it is second down at the 41-yard line. Not much happening there as a sea of white jerseys converge on Noah Hill, and Noah Hill can punish you. And the Commandos will use him as a battering ram to wear your defense down. And we're going to be paying attention to that body language, fans. If you've watched this game long enough, you'll know when they start to get tired. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We want to encourage you to ring that bell, hit that like button. Make sure you comment. We hope you're enjoying this EAFL contest on a lovely Saturday afternoon. And there's some confusion. Delay of game against the Commandos. Edwards trying to get his backfield set. So after what amounted to was a, third and short is now a 3rd and 7. And the Commandos are now going to take another timeout. So they will only have one remaining in the first half with 1:48 to go. We'll be right back.
You've got to get a hold of yourself.
All right, fans, make sure you share those links. Tell everyone how they can catch this great EAFL action brought to you by Moxie Media Productions. Edwards has a snap, and he has to step up in the pocket, gets rid of it, puts it up high, and has an open man. Number 16 gets away from everyone. Torrin Mayhew. Let's watch the replay on that. This is a beautiful throw as Edwards steps up in the pocket. Watch this. Steps up to his right, puts it up, realizes he has a man open over the top in the secondary, and that is Torrin Mayhew. And the Commandos will draw first with 1:39 remaining in the first quarter of play. And it is a touchdown. So the Commandos are going to go for 2. Bit of a high snap. And that one had a rough start getting off due to the high snap. Number 23, the ball carrier, that is Jeremiah Ross. And the big play, getting things started scoring-wise for the contest. Look at big number 91 there. Not too many people are going to get past him. And look at those linemen right there. Look at Adams, Page, Coleman. And then, of course, you got Noah Hill I'd hate to be at the dinner table with those guys. I just pushed my plate over and said it ain't worth the fight. You guys can have it. So we're getting ready for the kickoff. And we'll see if the Bruins can answer back. Bruins off to a bit of a slow start. Trying to get into a rhythm offensively. But I promise you, they have been scouted out well by the Commandos. So there will be nothing coming easy for either team. Bruins ranked number 1. Commandos number 2. And that one is going to be brought back by number 14. He's tripped up a bit. And let's see. I believe his knee may have touched the ground. He didn't actually go all the way down. But Toombs on the return gets to the 35-yard line, so good field position for the Bruins. Well-coached team right there. Number 62, Tyler Ratcliffe at center. So we've got 3 wide. Shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff and is under pressure. Gets rid of it. And we're going to have to take an injury timeout maybe. And let's see, hold on. That was number 14. He's able to get up quickly. I thought he was down there for a minute. Isaiah Toombs goes down hard, but is able to get up. He laid there for a few seconds as he was going up for that catch. So it falls incomplete and brings up second down. In the vicinity as well, Kaheem Tucker. And if that ball had just a little more air under it, Tucker likely would have had it, and there was no one in front of him. And I'm not sure that Graham saw him hanging out back there, but he was under pressure as well. Getting after him was Micah Coleman, the defensive lineman, and there's movement up front. So it's a free play. And number 34, Matthews, is the ball carrier. He's going to be tripped up by number 26, DJ Heath. And it'll be 3rd and about 2, pending the call. There is a flag on the field. And he, the white hat, is discussing it with the coach. The difference here being all of 2 yards if they would have accepted the penalty. And they're going to accept it and get the extra down. And that makes sense, you know, that's why I brought that up. You know, and it's 3rd and 3 versus a 2nd and 5. The law of averages says you take the penalty and keep the down. So not surprised by that decision there. Graham has been under some pressure today. Here comes Matthews, and he's going to run right into the teeth of the defense, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 anyway when it's all said and done as the ball goes to the 43-yard line. And it looks like that's going to be the recipe for this game for the Commandos. They're showing blitz. There's number 4 lurking about, Tevin Armstrong. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. It is 6-0. The Commandos leading the Bruins. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. Hit that like, ring that bell. Make sure you share Facebook and YouTube. You might even find a link to us on X somewhere. We'll be right back. All right, we are back and have flipped the field. So now the Bruins are to your left, and the Commandos to the right. Number 34, that's Matthews. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And this could render an interesting decision here. The Commandos have proven to be tough sledding, running the ball against. And, you know, you already had one big play. And the Bruins are going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back, and here they go, and they're going to have enough to move the sticks. Number 29, Bailey, puts his head down and runs it through there. He'll get to the 48-yard line. It is 1st and 10 at the 48. Caleb Bailey, and he's a load. It's not easy. And those are the kind of plays you want from a psychological standpoint. You don't just want to get the down, but you want to prove that you can move the ball. And on those 4th and shorts, that can definitely give you an upper hand. So number 34, Matthews, moves the opposite side. He puts it up. And that one is picked off by number 26. Wow. Watch this here. He steps up in the pocket, and the intended receiver, number 5, David Moore, and there had to be some miscommunication, as ultimately it is picked off. And that is 2 turnovers thus far in the game. And, you know, you don't want to be the one making mistakes. Number 26, Heath. That is DJ Heath, the defensive back. With another pick this season in a crucial matchup. The give to number 7. Number 46 brings him down. Tajay Driver. And we have a injured player on the field. We're going to take an injury timeout, and we'll be right back.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good. You've got to get a hold of yourself.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
All right, fans, we are back, and that player coming off the field is big number 59, Caleb McDaniel. And in talking with the Commandos, they have acknowledged that the injury bug has gotten them this season. McDaniel, a crucial part of that grinding offensive line of the Commandos. So we will see what happens. As they bring in another player, that snaps a bit high. And that pass is intended for number 9, Wesley. He is double covered. I believe that is Jones and Hamilton in the vicinity. Edwards with some pressure on him. Gets rid of it and throws it into double coverage. So it'll be interesting to see the adjustments that are made by the Commandos with McDaniel coming out. And there's movement up front. So we have a flag on the field, and that is offsides against the Cherokee County Bruins. So what amounted to a 3rd and 6 will now be a 3rd and 1. And the ball will go to the 42-yard line. And I can tell you this, the Commandos certainly didn't lose. High snap, and it's going backwards. And, well, let's see what happens here. And they make something out of nothing, and it's incomplete. Edwards tries to make something happen. He gets away. Number 16 in the vicinity, Mayhew. So it's 4th and 1. And here comes Noah Hill. Big number 33. When you see him out there, you know what's coming. The question is it really what's coming? And I guarantee you the Bruins are paying attention. So let's see what happens here. They are 4 wide. Haynes drops it, and it's recovered by the Bruins. Number 96, Ramon Division, in the right place at the right time. Let's watch this replay. Number 21, I don't know if he wasn't expecting it or there was something going on. But Lyndon Dunham and Edwards had some miscommunication, and it results in a turnover, the first one in this contest for the Commandos. And that ball is spotted at the 36-yard line. Very good field position for the Bruins. $11:28 remaining in the first half, and what is shaping up thus far to be another tight contest. And that is something that the Commandos, outside of a 44-0 win over the North Georgia Knights and the loss against the Bruins previously, and when they faced each other earlier this season, you know, you're talking about 28-27, 18-17, and 8-6. So the Commandos are used to scrapping for everything they get. And it looks like the ball is being adjusted back to the 39-yard line. So it is first down. And 1st and 10, the ball is at the 39. So we've got 4 wide. Number 34, Matthews in the backfield. Graham hasn't had a whole lot of time. Matthews breaks tackles before number 42 brings him down. Simmons finally wrapping him up. Matthews keeps those legs moving. I heard someone tell me that he was like the Energizer Bunny, and I don't doubt that. Commandos had to wrap him up, and it results in an 8-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2 with the ball at the 32-yard line. Here's a snap, quick release. 14 has it, has the first down. 17 will bring him down. The pass caught by Toombs. He'll be brought down by Rashard Smiley. And the ball will go to the 25-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Game has had a steady pace. Neither quick nor slow. Had one big play that resulted in the score, and then we're sitting at 6-0. Matthews once again keeps moving his legs, but number 17, Davis, brings him down. That's the linebacker. Two-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. Ball is at the 23-yard line. There's a snap. This time he has some time. Throws it low. And number 5 will get it, but he's going to be snuffed out by a number of Commando defenders. David Moore Jr., the wide receiver. He'll get to the 20-yard line. So a gain of 3. And it'll be 3rd and 6. So the spot's pulled back from the 20 a bit. So we'll call that 3rd and about 6.5. So they're going to go 4 wide. 3 to the left of their formation. Did trips. Single man to the right. Play slow to develop. And that pass is caught. Touchdown, number 88, Jazz Washington. And it looked like there was some movement up front, so it would have been a free play regardless. So with the free play, Jazz Washington gets open. Graham rolls out to his right and tosses it. And we are all tied up. It is a touchdown. Number 57, Zarita out there for the PAT. And let's keep in mind, the 2-point conversion was missed earlier by the Commandos. It's up and it's good. And now we have a 1-point game with 8:17 remaining in the first half of play. And fans, hit that like button, ring that bell. Tell your family, tell your friends about great EAFL action being brought to you via Moxie Media Productions. I am Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. Glad to be with you here on a lovely Saturday afternoon. Coming to you live from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Like to give thanks to Hillcrest High School. This is their field that they play on in the fall. Want to make sure we give them a shout out. They run a fine program, having moved to 7A this past season here in the state of Alabama. So as Zarita gets set to kick off, the deep man, number 21, and that is Dunham for the Commandos, and he's going to get his chance as that one is high and deep, and he'll retrieve it at the 2 and take off, going out to his left, and he's going to be bounced out of bounds ultimately, and that's Matthews that gets him. And there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. And that's usually in the vicinity of a hold. You know, when you have a return, that's usually what happens. We'll see what the call is. And I think the Commandos know it. Bingo, that's exactly what it is. And as it is a spot foul, that will be marched off. And that ball's going to be set just inside the 10. So here come the Commandos once again. And they got the backs back there to get some. And Edwards tries to find room. And he is going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They had plenty of blocking, but it did no good, and that'll bring up second down. Nice crowd out here today. So the nose of that ball just inside the 10-yard line. And they keep both of their big backs. That is Hill and Ross in there for the Commandos. And this time he's going to be swallowed up for a loss. Edwards will be. And coming from the center of that group, number 30, that is Julius Wilborn. And now it is 3rd and 15, or 3rd and long, if you will. The Bruins having backed the Commandos up. So the Bruins showing blitz. Here they go. They get penetration. He gets it up in the air. And that pass is complete to number 11. Laquan Callan will get it, but he's going to be about 6 yards short of getting a first down. And it looks like Wisdom's going to be the better part of valor as number 84, Amonzo Hutton, gets set to punt. Number 2, Marquise Brown, back deep to receive. And the Commandos are going to take a timeout, and we are too, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. Number 84, Amonzo Hutton getting ready to punt. Back deep, number 2, Marquise Brown for the Bruins. And it's a high, deep punt. And he is zapped right as he gets a hold of it. Nice work by number 16, Torrin Mayhew. And that ball is going to be spotted right around the 46-yard line. And that's the kind of stuff you want to see on special teams. So we've seen a little bit of everything today. We've had 3 total turnovers in the contest, 2 by the Bruins, 1 by the Commandos. We've had a missed extra point attempt, but we've had a made field goal by the Bruins. Matthews tries to get away from number 42, stays on his feet, gets back to the line of scrimmage, still going before going backwards. And he ends up losing yards. Curtis Simmons had him, and he ends up losing about 4 yards when he had made it back to the line of scrimmage. And sometimes you got to know that wisdom is the better part of valor. So it'll be 2nd and 14 as the ball goes to the 50. And we have an injury timeout on the field. And we'll be right back. All right, we are back. That is number 42, Curtis Simmons, that you saw coming off the field and maybe cramping up, it looks like, as he was able to come off under his own power. And he is a huge part of that Commandos defense. Graham's pass intended for number 88, Jazz Washington, who previously caught a touchdown. And now it is going to be 3rd and 14. And both of these teams know each other very well. You know, when you look at, you take, I'll say this, for the Commandos, when you take that one large victory out of the equation, they've had a margin of victory of 1.3 points per game. So they're used to playing in tight contests. And Graham trying to find some room, stays on his feet, and that one is nearly picked off. Graham looking for Washington, almost throws another pick, and that would have been his 3rd of the contest. That had occurred. I would say the Bruins look a little out of sync versus how we've seen them throughout the season, but you got to give credence to the Commandos defense. They have found a way to lock out the receivers of the Bruins. So number 13 gets this one away, and it takes a Bruins hop. And it's going to go dead right at the 14-yard line. Number 13, David Harris, with a nice punt. Commandos have the ball inside the 20 with the ball marked at the 14. And they were just previously in this position. So we'll see what they do this go-around. 3:29 remaining in the first half. Tight contest. The visitors lead by a point. Able to convert on the PAT. And that one's going to be overthrown well out of the reach of Calvin Street. Tajavian Edwards under pressure. And it'll be 2nd and 10. And one thing I've noticed about the Bruins defense is they're not being flashy or fancy, and they're kind of mixing it up, but they're being real subtle about it. But they're able to get pressure, and it's showing up in a couple of passes being overthrown by Edwards. So he's got extra blockers back there. You've got big 23 and big 33, and both of those guys are a load. It's going to be hard to get to him, and he puts it up, and that pass is picked off. A one-handed grab, no less. Go to the replay. Number 36. Let's watch this. Sean Hamilton gets Edwards pass. That's the second turnover. Look at this. Snatches it out. You know, if I had to use a colloquialism, and if you got small kids, you've seen Dora the Explorer, swipey, no swipey, but that's exactly what he did. I'm telling you, that was about as he got a posterizing interception, if you will. One-handed, just literally went in there, scooped it like ice cream. Okay, we're going to get back to the field here as they get set. I'm telling you. So the Bruins have the ball. Matthews carries right up the middle, following his blockers, finds a seam, stays on his feet, spins before he goes out of bounds, just shy of the 30. And Matthews, the workhorse for the Bruins, with a huge gain as he gets to the 30-yard line. It is 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Number 5 goes into motion. The give is to Matthews once again. Slices his way up the middle. Spins and stays on his feet before he's brought down by number 25, and that's Hunter. Jeremy Hunter. Brings them down after 8 yards. And there's going to be a timeout, it looks like, and it's an official timeout. Hit that like button, ring that bell. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. 1:59 remaining in the first half. Graham hands it to big number 7, T.J. McCoy. And he doesn't get enough to move the sticks. So it'll be 3rd and about a foot. If a yard. Yep, it's about a yard. Throws the ball just beyond the hash mark. Big McCoy in there once again, and he's going to bowl his way into the 19-yard line, and he'll have a first down. So the clock stops to move the chains. Official signals to fire it back up now that the ball is set. And they are well within a field goal range of Zarita, should that come to pass. So McCoy stays in the backfield. Got trips to the left. Graham is going to be brought down right about the 17. And we've got extracurricular activity. One of the Commandos throwing his helmet. That's number 25, Jeremy Hunter, the defensive end, and you got to watch that. Usually that'll net you an unsportsmanlike. There is a flag, and, well, let's see what happens here. But you never take that helmet off. That's something you're not supposed to do. And right. is 2nd and 5. Ball at the 14. Clock continuing to run. Bruins in no hurry. Matthews in the backfield. They fake to give to him. He gets rid of it, and that was going to fall incomplete. Matt Graham under pressure. Number 3 getting back there to bring pressure. And the Bruins coaches are letting them know they were not pleased with the end result of that. Watford the wide receiver playing defense brings the heat. And there's some movement up front. And we've got a false start against the Bruins. The Bruins imploding late in the first half. In a strange series of events. And I guarantee you, Coach Henderson's going to have some things to say to him at the half that they're going to need to clean up if they want a chance at winning this game. The Commandos, the same. Matthews takes a lick before he's brought down around the 15. And that clock continues to run. And I would hazard that they're probably going to call a timeout with just a hair of time left on the clock. There it is. And they're going to bring Zarita out, I'm sure. And number 34, Trey Matthews, is just running to put that ball between the hash marks. Bruins not going to be happy with that last series to close out the half, but a fine job defensively by the Commandos. And, both of these teams, they know each other well. So not surprised with what we're seeing in this contest. Fans, we are glad you are here with us on a lovely Saturday afternoon. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media Productions, bringing you great EAFL action. Make sure you hit that like button, ring that bell, share on all the social medias, Facebook, YouTube. Probably got a link to us on X somewhere. But make sure you tell your family and friends about what is happening right here and right now. So number 13, David Harris to hold. And Zarita to kick. Here it comes. And it is blocked! It is blocked! And that is going to do it for the first half. And that pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? Doesn't it? So, what do you say about the first half? The irresistible force meets the immovable object with the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams. We've had a couple of turnovers by both teams. We've had some mistakes by both teams. We've had great defense by both teams. We've had big plays by both teams. The question is now, who is going to get the momentum? Who is going to figure it out in this game of chess on a football field? It's tough to really say. Both are well-coached teams. That is why they are ranked number 1 and number 2, respectively. But I would say, it's going to come down to who makes the least mistakes, and I believe that special teams, as I said earlier, will come into play. Keeping in mind that the 2-point conversion missed by the Commandos has them down by 1. One of the things that the Bruins know they have a weapon in Zarita, and as you saw on that last play, the Commandos do as well as they brought the house to block the potential 3 points. I'm Freddie Flowers. It is halftime. We're going to be right back in just a bit We can't wait to see how this one turns out.
Oh, that's real good. You've got to get a hold of yourself.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good. To get a hold of yourself.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good. To get a hold of yourself.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
All right, fans, we are getting ready to get started with the second half of play. The officials have returned, and Cherokee County missed a field goal opportunity at the end as it was blocked, and now they are going to have to kick off to the Commandos. The first half, you could say there were some missed opportunities there, but both teams playing outstanding defense. Turnovers, the name of the game in the first half. When you get down to brass tacks, as each team has 2 apiece. And one of the things that stood out to me is they're not giving Matt Graham of the Bruins a whole lot of time to find his receivers. And his receivers aren't really able to get open. So the coverage has really been solid as far as it goes, for the defense of the Commandos. Now, as it relates to, the running game, the Commandos with that big back they got back there, Noah Hill, the Bruins have basically shut that down. Noah Hill has not been effective. So there's the whistle. Zarita handling the chores. He puts up a high one. Let's see who's going to return that one. Bringing it back is 0-0, and he is running, and he's going to take the tightrope. Calvin Street. Let's get the replay right here. Calvin Street hauls it in inside the 5. And finds some room on his right, follows his blockers, and rides the tightrope before number 36 of the Bruins, and that is Sean Hamilton, brings him down. It is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Remember what I said closing the half, that special teams was going to be the key to this game, and you just saw some of that right there. So as the lights come on and as the sun sets to our west, direct snap to number 21, and now Edwards tries to slide his way off tackle. And he's going to be brought down by number 36, Hamilton of the Bruins. Dunham with the direct snap. Commandos mixing it up at quarterback. Correction, that is Haynes. Haynes now bringing in the plays. And Edwards is out wide to the right. There's Hill. Hill lead blocking it. I mean, he cleans up 49, but waiting right there is number 29, Caleb Bailey, and he lays a lick. Loss of yardage on the play. It'll be 3rd and 11. Ball at the 26-yard line. Hill to the right of Edwards. 4 wide. Edwards looking back to his right. And that one is nearly picked off in and out of the hands of number 23, Justin Weathers. So that'll bring up 4th and 11. And this could be interesting. Haynes comes back out. And we're going to have to take an injury timeout. And we'll be right back.
Let's get started.
All right, we are back. That is number 69, Kendon Roll, that had to come out. He was holding his arm, and there's movement. There's a flag on the field. Offsides against the Bruins. That'll make life a little bit easier for the Commandos. And, you know, talking about linemen, Caleb McDaniel had to come out earlier. So that's 2 linemen for the Commandos that have had to come out of today's contest. And, you know, linemen are a premium. You know, most people, you know, think about all the flash and dash receivers, backs, quarterbacks. But the linemen are they're the ones that really make it go. And so the ball spotted at the 21-yard line. It is now 4th and 6 due to the penalty. Edwards in shotgun. And he's under pressure. And they wrap him up. And again, number 29, Caleb Bailey, bringing in some help. Number 16, Harrison Mitchell. And the ball is going to be turned over on downs. So that super kick return by Calvin Street comes up empty for the Commandos. 12-18 remaining in the third quarter. Bruins have the ball. We'll see if Graham gets some time in this half. He gets rid of it quick. It's a low throw, but we'll get to the 31-yard line. Pass caught by Isaiah Toombs. 5-yard gain on the play. Brings up second down. And that's the big thing, is Graham actually having time to throw. He likes the quick release, but his throws have been a little low and a little bit off, and he has 2 picks. So getting him settled is one thing, and here comes number 34, who has been doing some damage. There is a flag. Matthews the ball carrier, but that flag tells me that somebody was holding. So that's going to come back. And the flag is dropped right at the 32. And that's exactly what the call is, holding. So that ball will go around the 22, 21-yard line somewhere. Oh, they put it right there at the 20, so I guess that it occurred at the 30. It is a spot foul. And there's a flag on the play. Free play. Let's see. And that pass is broken up by Ajante Oliver. And there's a so what was a 2nd and 16. And this one looks like it's going against the Commandos. So it'll now be 2nd and 11. So the hold occurred around the 31. Goes back and forth. Either way, here we are. I don't want to have to do the math. Miss Poteet, my poor algebra teacher in high school, looking down from heaven saying, please don't. And we have a flag on the... And may have gotten a little extracurricular out there. So there's a flag. And let's see what that call is. And it's offsides against the Commandos. So that ball will move another 5 yards in the wrong direction for the team from Alabama, and it'll go to the 30-yard line. And as a result, it'll be 2nd and 6. Sloppy start to the second half. So the Bruins in trips formation to the left, single man to the right. And that pass is complete over the middle. Thomas gets it, but number 21 putting in some work. Haynes letting them know that there's a price to be paid for that first down. Watch this. Number 14 gets it, but he could feel the heat as he was bobbling that ball. And number 21, Haynes, lets him know you might have got it, but you're going to pay for it. Ball at the 39-yard line, first down. Matthews trying to find room up the middle, and he does. And he's going to continue to grind his feet to the 45-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Bruins. Hard-hitting contest. Two well-coached teams. Definitely headed for the playoffs. This game has a number of implications. The Commandos already with a loss to these very same Bruins. So they're going to go 4 wide. Graham gets rid of it. And that pass is caught by Thomas. And that's going to be enough to move the chains as it gets to the 50-yard line. So it's a first down. But looking at both of these teams, if the Commandos were to win today, it would be a tie between both squads. However, the Commandos have had 3 games that were forfeited. So they still have a game to play, which, you know, honestly, in my opinion, I believe both of them could easily come away with a victory. But you never know. It's any given Saturday, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. And there goes Matthews right up the middle. Don't want to get ahead of myself here. But if they were to end the season in a tie and it came down to stats as a tiebreaker, right now the math that I see tells me that it works in favor of the Bruins. So very, very important game here with a lot of implications. And we'll see how it goes. About 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2nd and 9. Graham looking for some time. Doesn't have much. Has to step up, step out, and he gets rid of it, and it'll fall incomplete. Finds a hole in the middle of the field to drop it. And that'll bring up 3rd down. And that has been the problem for Graham this whole game, as he really hasn't had time to sit back there and just plant his feet and put it on a rope. The Commandos have really harassed him all day long. And you can really say that for both quarterbacks. Edwards, I would say, a little more athletic, able to get out of there and at times, but he has had to do a little bit of hopping around himself. So both defense, right now, if you love defense, then you are just giddy about what you are seeing. And I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. Glad you are here checking out this great EAFL action coming to you live from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Hit that like, ring that bell, all the social medias, Facebook, YouTube. Probably find that link for us there on X if you're roaming around there. We're going to take a quick timeout and be right back.
To get a hold of yourself.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
All right, fans, we are back. It is 3rd and 9. Ball at the 49-yard line, just inside Commandos territory. Empty backfield. And that pass is dropped to number 5 quickly, and he is going to be dragged out of bounds by number 21, and that is Haynes. Number 5, David Moore Jr. with the grab and big gain. And he'll get to the 28-yard line where it'll be first down for the Bruins. So a gain of 31 yards, a gain of just about 21 yards, pardon me. There goes Matthews. And there are 2 flags on the field. We'll see what the call is from the official as we have multiple flags. Could be for the very same thing, and looks like they're saying there was holding. Not much of a surprise there on that type of play. And so that one is marked off from the 30, and we'll go back to the 40-yard line. Fans, we hope you're enjoying the contest. We're certainly enjoying the fact that you're with us. We look forward to seeing your comments on the game. Don't just comment on one play. Comment on every play. Let us know what you think. Let EAFL know what you think. Graham fakes the throw. Matthews has it. And he's ultimately going to be dragged down. And I think he got a hand up. It might be a face mask. Caleb Coleman brought him down. So it's either a horse collar or a face mask. One of the two, but there's a hand in there in the wrong spot somewhere. And there it is. There's the horse collar call. And he brought him down hard. So the personal foul is called. And as a result of that penalty, it'll go to the 24-yard line. And here comes the Bruins. And the last thing you want to do is give them help. They got trips right, single man to the left, and there's movement up front. Free play. Nope, they blow it dead. And we got some extracurricular activity going on down the field there. And it's a false start against the Bruins. And we have started the second half with a load of penalties. Not sure what to make of what we have seen thus far in the third quarter. Neither team having gotten on the board thus far. 6 minutes remain in the third. The ball now at the 29-yard line. So they don't change the formation. Ball at the 29. Number 7, the ball carrier. And it's just going to be a pile right there. TJ McCoy, the running back. Both of these teams with a lot to play for. So it is 2nd and 10. The ball is at the 29-yard line. So no gain on the play. They get right back to the line of scrimmage. No, they've got it at the 28. So they're going to go 4 wide. Let's see. That one's caught. Number 5 tries to tiptoe and stay in bounds, but Moore cannot. And he'll have a fresh set of downs. No flags on the play. Graham hanging in there and finding his man. And I guarantee you we're about to see a whole lot of Trey Matthews. It is 1st and goal to go with the ball at the 2-yard line. And this is what I'm saying. Let's start watching that body language as this game goes on. And they run towards Big Darius Payne, and there he is. Big Darius Payne brings down Trey Matthews. And I'm sure Trey Matthews is used to running into some big linemen, but my gosh, you have to run into the biggest guy out there. And I mean, they ran right at him. So it is 2nd and goal to go. The ball is at the 3. Loss of a yard on the play. Number 7 in there. There's Graham. There's a snap. There's a give. Once again to Matthews. He tries to, let's see. And it's a touchdown. Let's watch the replay. That was about as close as it could get. That was a touchdown for sure. And here's what happened. Matthews basically gets low. Watch this, and sneaks his way in and stretches out right before Big 91 can trip him up. And so the score stands, and it is now 13-6, pending the PAT. Steven Zarita comes out to do the dirty work. Holding it will be David Harris, the punter. And I got to give the Bruins, that one's low, and it's no good. Believe someone may have got a hand on it, not sure. But it's a 7-point game. And once again, special teams. I can't say it enough. But I tell you what, I got to give credit to the Bruins. They ran right at Darius Page. And were able to cash in on it. 3:31 remaining in the third quarter of play. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. Glad to be with you this evening as we bring you great EAFL action. Coming to you live from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'd like to give a big thanks to Hillcrest High School. This is their field. Very familiar with Hillcrest here in the state of Alabama. Recently moving to 7A. Have a fine football program. So Zarita gets set to kick. And we've got Haynes back there deep, along with Oliver. Number 27 lurking about back there as well, and that's Toriante Hinton. Who's on the return? Of course, that's Haynes. Haynes with the big leap. Matthews had a beat on him. And let's see where they ultimately spot it. I know he went out of bounds somewhere around the 27 or so. Let's see where that thing. They're going to spot him at the 28. That makes sense. There's the or so I was referencing. 3:23 remaining in the third quarter. Temperatures dropped to about, I'd probably say 63 degrees outside with a slight breeze. You can probably hear some of that background noise of fans. Adams over center. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Fakes to give. And that one is nearly picked off by Weathers. Number 23, Justin Weathers, in perfect position. Cannot come up with the turnover. And the Commandos catch a break. It'll be second down and 10 to go from the 28-yard line. Commandos have had several changes on the offensive line. The players getting dinged up a bit. Darius Page playing both ways. And to say that can be exhausting. And here come the Bruins bringing pressure. Number 54, Rack. Did not slow down. It seemed like Kai Rack, the linebacker. And they're looking for a flag, all of the Commandos. And Rack was coming at a higher rate of speed. So I'd imagine that that's what they're trying to say. I don't know if they're, let's see. We may have a flag. There it is, personal foul. So they do call it. Oh, there's offsetting penalties. So, yeah, there had to be a flag for the late hit out of bounds with Rack coming out at a high rate of speed. But then there's a subsequent reaction that resulted in a personal foul, and that cost the Commandos the 15 yards they could have had on that penalty. So the ball stays where it is. A loss of a yard. And there's a lot of clicking and clacking as the hits are laid. And Edwards is picked up in the air by number 91, and the whistle blows. Number 91, and he says, hey, Jacob Mitchell's like, hey, man, I put him down. Number 42, Curtis Simmons, upset for sure. And this game's getting a little bit testy with under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And the Bruins fans are making quite the racket on their side of the stadium. Edwards looking for room, escaped out to his right, and he's going to go out of bounds somewhere around the 43-yard line. And that'll move the sticks. So it'll be a first down. Edwards getting it done, and the ball will be spotted at the 44-yard line. A minute 30 remaining in the third quarter. A sloppy third quarter with the penalties and whatnot. But nonetheless, the Bruins have the lead 13-6. Commandos going 4 wide. The Bruins have been able to bring pressure and flush Edwards out. And it's a false start against the Commandos. Another penalty. A lot of noise from both sidelines. The ball now sitting at the 39-yard line. And I want you to keep in mind that Darius Page playing both ways. He plays on defense as a tackle. Now he's on offense at the guard spot. And once again, Edwards flushed out, and he's going to be wrapped up by number 46, Jalen Parks. Let's watch the replay on that. Right there, number 91, and they can't contain. They come right around that edge. And that results in Edwards going down. And now it is second and very long. The ball is going to be spotted at the 33-yard line. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Folks, we've had a banger of a contest. We're going to find out who goes home with the victory. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. Hit that like, ring that bell. Tell everybody you don't want to miss this. Share it. Let them know. We'll be right back. All right, fans, we are back. Big third down situation for the Commandos. They are down by 7 as we enter the fourth quarter. In the previous contest, they went down 38-6. And let's see. Edwards tries to get away. And he's going to get to the 40-yard line, so 7-yard gain. So it's going to be 4th and 14. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least, on what they try to do. Their defense has performed well. I'm not sure if this is where you want to go for it. Both defenses playing extremely well. There's a whole quarter to go. So you're going to have 5 wide, empty backfield. And he ain't going to have a whole lot of time to get rid of it. And he's going to be swallowed up, and that ball's going to be turned over on downs. We're going to take an injury timeout, and we'll discuss the previous play in just a few, but we've got to take the injury timeout. We'll be right back. All right, we are back, and the ball's turned over on downs. Another lineman has to come out for the Commandos. And number 14 was open, but he drops it. Isaiah Toombs had a chance to get it, and that one's on him. He said somebody had some jersey. Can't quite give him that one. That was a catchable ball. Nonetheless, the ball is at the 41-yard line. It'll be second down for the Bruins. I'm really surprised that the Commandos did not opt to punt and put the Commandos back into their own territory. Their defense is playing well, and I would, just thinking, put it in the hands of the defense. That pass is called incomplete. Number 88, Jazz Washington, was over the middle. And Haynes looked like he laid another lick. I'm telling you, the Bruins have paid the price to go over the middle. And Haynes did just that. He laid a lick. Number 13, kind of teeing it up, to use a golf analogy. And he's sitting there having a conversation with his teammates on the sideline. And that is Salter. So we are 4 wide, single man in the backfield, and movement by number 56 of the Bruins. That's a false start. That'll cost them 5. So clock continues to run as the ball is now set at the 46-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 15. So let's see what happens here, as the Bruins are not in a particular hurry. And that pass is going to be broken up. Number 8, the intended receiver, Kaheem Tucker. And they get all that sorted out. Hard-hitting contest for sure. And now it is 4th down. Let's see what the Bruins do. I find this to be interesting. Okay, here comes number 13. There's Harris. David Harris, the punter, out there. And number 21 lurking about. And let's see where I want to see if he tries to kind of coffin corner it. Ball takes a hop, but he gets it off. And that one's going to hop in the air. It's touched! It's touched! And they're fighting over it. Wow! And it is at the 1-foot line. And it looks like the Commandos are going to be able to keep it. Let's see where they ultimately spot it. Yeah, they're going to put it right there at the 1, it looks like. That is dangerous as about it can be. And when I say it's at the 1, it's inside the 1. This is where things really get interesting because the Commandos, when I say they are backed up about as far back as you can get. So we've got 3 wide. Are on the field camera right there, fans. Only Moxie Media brings that to you. Here we go. Edwards looking to get rid of it, and he does. And there's number 21, Haynes, who has brought this team all kinds of life. He gets them to the 21-yard line. Not surprised to see him on offense. And they're bringing up the tempo. Guess who? It's Haynes once again. And he's going to move the sticks for him one more time. Haynes coming out for a series. And if I'm to Javian Edwards, I'm going to buy that man a Coca-Cola at the end of the game for getting my team out of a jam. And they're just going to throw that one out of bounds. It's going to be incomplete. But they were backed up to their own end zone, and Haynes comes through twice. And that ball now sits at the 33-yard line. It is second down for the Commandos. And I'm looking for number 21, as he has been able to find holes in that defense. And you got to give credit to Big 91, Darius Page. I mean, he is. And this time Noah Hill gets the call as they look to try to punish that defensive front. It is now 3rd and 7 for the Commandos. And I'm really surprised to not see Haynes out there. Here's Washington. He's in there to give some blocking. There we go. Fakes it. Rolls out. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40-yard line, so he's going to be well short of the first. Edwards trying to find a little extra room. They're going to be about 3 yards short. 8:40 remaining in the contest. Let's see what they do here. Callan and Wesley trying to get to play. Moore going out wide. Washington in the slot. He gets his receiver set. There's a snap. Here comes the pressure. Gets it up. And that pass is incomplete. It is in and out of their hands. Go to the replay. Wesley had it. And that ball is going to be turned over on downs. Watch this. Edwards rolls out, gets it up, and it's in double coverage, and it goes in and out of the hands of Lance Wesley. And now the ball is turned over on downs. We have had ourselves some wow moments, and that was one of them. And Wesley has to be sick to his stomach right now. I have not met a receiver in my lifetime that doesn't feel bad after moments like that. Number 34, once again, that's you know who, Trey Matthews. He's going to be rolled up out of bounds. Durant and Street coming up out of the bottom of that pile. He'll get to the 30-yard line and get the first down. Ball is set. Clock is running. It's at the 30. Score is 13-6. Even a field goal at this point can make things extremely difficult. Given the time left in the contest. Matthews once again. And he's going to lose a yard on that one. It'll come back to the 31. So it is 2nd and 11. Bruins certainly not in any type of hurry. Now they've got a kicker who has the leg, but he's had a couple that have either been blocked or been touched, as that PAT on the last score ended up being more of a line drive as he couldn't get any air under it. That being Zarita. And a huge loss right there. Matthews going to be upended by number 6, David Robinson. That's a nice effort on his part. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Ball is at the 34-yard line, so it's 3rd and 14. We are under 6 minutes remaining in the contest. One-score game. This game has all the earmarks of those tight contests that the Commandos have been able to pull out a victory in, and you better believe the Bruins know it. And that pass is overthrown, and he had an open man. Number 8, Kaheem Tucker, had a step. And that pass falls incomplete. So with it being at the 34, it's really too short to punt and too far to kick. And not surprising, we're going to see the Bruins take a timeout with 5:26 remaining in the contest. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We're glad to bring you great EAFL action coming to you live from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Hit that like, ring that bell, make sure you tell your family and friends. We'll be right back in just a bit.
You've got to get a hold of yourself.
All right, fans, we're back. And, well, number 13, David Harris, he's going to punt it. And I would surmise that he knows what he's doing, doesn't put a lot of energy into it. It's high, very high. It's going to take a bounce. And they let it roll into the end zone. The Bruins make a mistake on a high punt without the guys gunning to get down there. And they could have easily downed that thing at the 2-inch line. I think that was number 62 that tried to dive into the end zone and bat it back out. That's that Tyler Ratcliffe, I believe. They don't make it, so the ball ends up going to the 25-yard line. They could have really had the Commandos backed up. And let's see what they're discussing there. Okay, here comes the whistle. There it is. And we are 4 wide, single man in the backfield, shotgun formation. Here's under pressure, and the only person in that area is number 2, Marquise Brown. And that falls incomplete. I believe there was some miscommunication on what was intended. Washington coming into the contest. Street coming out. And guess who's there? There's number 21, Haynes. And with all those yellow stripes on them, the Bruins can't say they don't know where he's at. Definitely easy to see. Number 2, Marquise Brown's going to have his work cut out for him. He's in single coverage. There he goes. Stop short. Oh, they have him covered. Oh! Jones slips. Tanner Jones slips, and we have an injury timeout. We'll be right back. All right, fans, I'm sure you're wondering what happened. Number 0, Tanner Jones, had to be assisted off of the field, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. All I know is that he went backwards, and there was a subsequent penalty on the play that we're trying to get some clarity to figure out exactly what happened during that play. But when he came backwards, he was just his left leg, he was had it up in the air, couldn't put any pressure on it. So that's what's happening there, and they're coming out of the timeout right now. But either way, the ball is now spotted inside of the 15. It's at the 14-yard line. So as we get back into this contest, And a big catch by number 11, Callan. You give Edwards time, he's going to get you. Watch this. They were able to bring some, he steps up. And Callan has just enough room to make that grab right around the 42-yard line. And it ends up being spotted at the 41. So it is first down with 4 minutes remaining. Cardiac kids, if you will. Like I said, they're used to playing in close contests. He gets rid of it again. And there is a flag. So here we go. And it looks like pass interference. No, holding. Yep, well, either way, same difference. So the ball is at the 31. We're under 4 minutes. They put it up in the air once again, and it's just out of the reach of Callan. He dives for it. And so the ball at the 31. It is second down. And Edwards finding time. This time they flush him out. He tosses it up. A dangerous throw. Edwards trying to make something happen on third down, and that could have been costly. He has got to settle down back there. You got to think in moments like that where you're chucking that ball up to, when you're on the fly and trying to avoid the sack. And the Commandos are going to take a timeout, and we are too. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. It has been a whale of a contest. Haynes goes into motion. Edwards puts it up. And that one is nearly picked off by Marquise Brown. Right place, right time on that one. I believe that's Michael Braggs, the intended receiver. And now a super huge fourth down. And, you know, you don't have to get all the marbles. You just need enough to get a fresh set of downs. This will be interesting here with 2:40 remaining in the contest with the clock running. And they've got Edwardson blocking back there. Watch that right side of the field. Has the time. And the throw is no good. It is no good, and there are no flags on the field, and the ball will be turned over on downs. There is a flag on the field. It may have been out of our purview. So there is a flag. Pass interference, and it is against the Bruins. So that ball is going to go to the 15-yard line with 2:25 remaining. Flag was dropped at the sideline, so we missed it, but our on-the-field guy got us the information we needed. So Haynes goes into motion. They give it to Big Noah. Number 33, Noah Hill, will get just shy of the 10-yard line. And let's see. Officials timeout. So the Bruins finding themselves on their heels in a way, the Bruins find themselves on their heels. This game was everything everybody expected it to be. It is a one-score game. So now you have the PAT and special teams now comes into play, as I said earlier, and we're about to find out if, there's the big if, the Commandos can score. They will need 2 to win. If they fail to get that 2, they will be down by 1. At that point, we're probably looking at an onside kick. If they fail to get into the end zone, at this point, it's probably game over, as all the Bruins will have to do is run out the clock. High drama right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Great EAFL action. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media. We are glad to be here with you this Saturday. We're glad that you're watching. Hit that like button, ring that bell on YouTube and Facebook. We're back to the field. Here we go. And Edwards rolls out, and he will step out of bounds, and he's going to lose yardage. And it'll be 3rd down as he goes back to the 15. And they finally get him spotted at the 16, so it is 3rd and 11. Ball is at the 16-yard line. And it is a short field. So not a lot of space to move in except across the middle with speedy receivers, but you got big Noah Hill. And he can do some things back there. The other one, number 23, Jeremiah Ross. There's Haynes in and out of motion. They put a linebacker on him. I wouldn't have done that. And that one is going to go out of bounds as pressure now creates a 4th down. This one with 1:50 remaining in the game. Fans, you couldn't have asked for a better contest here in early May. EAFL and Moxie Media proud to bring you that action. So here we go. Edwards gets the snaps a little bit low, puts it up. And that is caught. It is caught. Hit the replay. Watch this one again. Eric Moore, number 14, on the fade route in double coverage. And they just put it up. And he has 1 foot down. He did have the 1 foot down. But it's not over. The Commandos are going to take a timeout. They are down by 1. The block kick comes into play. The missed field goal comes into play. My name's not Nostradamus, but I can tell you, special teams, just what I said, has come into play. And here we go. They're going to go for 2. If you're going to go to win it, you may as well go all the way. We have no reason to be disappointed one way or another. It's been a whale of a contest. 13-12 with 1:44 remaining. Now, that being said, that's still a lot of time on the clock. The Bruins can get it downfield. What does that mean? We're going to take it back to the field as they get ready for the conversion. And there's Big Hill. And this time the Bruins are going to take a timeout. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.
Do we have our on-the-field camera on this? Here we go. Noah Hill. He's going to be brought down short. They're saying he's brought down short. He's brought down short. The officials say he's brought down short. Let's go to the replay. He was right there. And he is brought down short. That is correct. He is brought down short. And we have a 1-point contest with 1:44 remaining. You couldn't get a better shot than the one we gave you, fans. We were right there on the field. He came up short. They basically stood him up. And you got to give – look, and so if he tried to stick his arm out, or we don't know. But what we do know is that he got stood up. Which, when you got Big Noah Hill, that's all you can do. And once they stood him up, they converged around him. And that was it. And nobody had a better view than the side judge right there. And this game, I don't care who's out there, this game was called as even-handed as I've ever seen. So there's no reason to gripe on that one. Nonetheless, there will be a kickoff. This is going to be interesting. I do not believe that the Commandos, they do have one timeout. The Bruins, however, have none. All I can say is wow. Simply wow. And speaking to Mike Anderson earlier, he said that this has become a rivalry, if you will. Well, it certainly looked like that today. It certainly looked like that today. And I know that the rest of EAFL is watching because the playoffs are coming. And this victory effectively locks up the division for the Bruins. There's the onside, and they're on top of it. The Bruins have it. And it's understanding that everyone's getting a little heated, but that's not going to do anything for anyone. So they just need to settle down and get on with the rest of the game. Whatever it's going to be is whatever it's going to be. There will be comments. There will be complaints. There will be conjecture. Always is. And I guarantee you there's probably some going on in the comments right now. I can't see them. I'm too busy watching and running my mouth. But that being said, you have two quality teams on the field. Someone has to win. Someone has to lose. And the game has shaped up to be everything and then some. At the end of the day, if you look at either team, if the Bruins were to lose, because there's still time on the clock, they have plenty to blame themselves for. It was the Commandos, plenty to blame themselves for. And yes, while I know there are some complaints right there about Noah Hill running through and getting the QB, I do not see a flag coming out for this. They're just going to let that clock run. Ball is at the 50. And the Bruins are just going to let it run and let it run and let it run. And you see them back there. They're not in any particular hurry. Graham just going to let it be what it is. And it looks like we may have an offsides against the Commandos. But the clock will continue to run because right now, and typically we know if there's a defensive penalty, the game would not end because that would give the offense another shot. But they have the lead, so it really doesn't matter at this point. And it looks like that's all they're going to do. They're going to let that clock run out. And there you have it. So let me put my other eyeballs on. Fans, here comes the final. 0 on the clock. You just saw that hit on the lower screen. The Bruins come away with the victory, 13-12. It was about as hard as it can be. So the Commandos, I'm going back to my sheet here. They came back to win against the Thrashers, 8-6. They came back to win against the Macon Rampage, 18-17. They came back to win 28-27 against the Thrashers, but they could not come back to win this contest by a point. And this has been their story all season. Oh, looks like our production light just went out, but that's okay. We're going to keep going here. The one thing I would say about the Commandos is they've got to find a way to extend that lead, to find some mileage when they get in situations like this and make the most of special teams. Did both teams have turnovers that hurt them? Yes, they did. Did they have penalties that hurt them? Yes, they did. But at the end of the day, it mattered the most. You got to be able to come through. So both of these teams are going to the playoffs. As far as the Bruins go, as far as the AAA, the North, yeah, they're pretty much the lock right now. There's no one that's going to catch them as they now go to 9-0. The Commandos will go to 7-2, but they're both headed to the playoffs. Will they see each other again? I'd bank on it. I could probably bank on that, but there's a lot of football left to play, so I'm not going to hold myself to that. Fans, we're glad you are here with us this evening. Great football action from Saturday here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Once again, thank you to Hillcrest High School. The EAFL wants to thank you. Moxie Media likes to thank you, and I'm the voice of Moxie Media, Freddie Flowers. I want to thank you. Ring that bell, hit that like. Be sure to continue to share it. Go back and watch it. This is about as good as it gets. We're looking forward to the next one, and we'll see you then. God bless you, and good night.